Amy? Where the hell are you? Terry is looking all over for you. Have you forgotten that it's the day you leave on your honeymoon? What's going on? Where are you? I got a call from him after you disappeared after the wedding ceremony. Nobody could get in touch with you. Everyone's been worried. What happened? Are you in trouble or something?
Hey, Emma, what's up? I was just going to contact you.
Amy? Are you okay?
You know what? Really weird saying this, but yesterday after the wedding, you won't believe who I ran into. This is fate. It has to be.
Ran into someone? Fate? What are you talking about?
Yeah, found a guy way better than my husband. I never thought I would see him again, but what do you know? He appeared before my very eyes right after the wedding.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'll give it to you straight. Your husband was someone I always had a crush on, so I went ahead and did it with him.
Wait a sec. My husband? What are you talking about? I did tell you that I divorced him 3 years ago because he cheated on me, right? Don't you remember?
Huh?
So I'm single now, living alone, no husband. Who is this guy you're talking about?
Come on, Emma, you know who I'm talking about. That person I always had a super crush on, you know, Brad. You do remember Brad, right?
This is the first I'm hearing about this crush of yours.
When I heard you guys got married, I was in shock for days. I thought it was the end of the world. If you guys had a wedding and I was invited, man, I don't even want to think about it. I would have made a scene.
You're talking about Brad. That Brad? My ex-husband? Like, I said we split up 3 years ago.
Oh yeah? Well, then that means Brad is single.
I have no idea what he's doing. I haven't seen or talked to him in years.
Yes, things are really looking up for me now. I better hurry up and divorce my husband Terry. And do it quick.
Let's get one thing straight, Amy. About what Brad is up to now, I have no idea what he's doing. Like I said, I haven't heard from him in years since we divorced.
Yeah, well, if you were still married, I would ask that you guys get divorced. But one thing is for sure, we definitely did it last night, which forever unites us.
Hold it a second, Amy. What are you saying? You just got married yesterday and you've already slept with another guy? And you're supposed to be on your way to your honeymoon today. Do you even realize what you're doing, Amy? This is screwed up. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. I know that I'm probably the happiest girl in the world right now.
You really don't get it, do you?
Come on, Emma. Don't go spoiling everything. Why wreck a good thing?
I'm telling you, Amy, this is totally screwed up. What the hell are you going to do about Terry, your new husband? What are you planning on telling him?
Emma, you're not listening to me. Oh, I get it. You still got a thing for Brad. Is that it? No way you're getting him back. He's mine and that's final.
Excuse me?
But you've been real persistent about this, trying to talk me out of it. That's it, right? You want it back.
Are you crazy, Amy? Anybody in their right mind would stop this nonsense. I'll say it again. You just got married yesterday. You leave on your honeymoon today.
Yeah, just as I thought. Here, jealousy. I didn't think you were the jealous type, Emma.
What are you talking about?
Now I kind of understand how Brad felt about you. You're actually still in love with him, right? I'm right, aren't I? You were looking for the right opportunity to get back together with him. That's the truth, isn't it? Come on, admit it, Emma. It's so obvious.
I beg your pardon? I don't have the slightest interest in him. I mean, zero. Why would you even think that?
Yeah, you can deny it all you want. But I'm telling this to you for your own good. Brad is mine. And don't you forget it.
I can't seem to get through to you, Amy. There's no use talking to you. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to explain all this to Terry. You're okay with that? You do what you're saying, there's no avoiding a divorce, and today's honeymoon, that's gonna be canceled. This is all you're doing, Amy. There is no turning back. You do realize that, don't you?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Besides, it won't be any fun going on a honeymoon with someone you don't even love, right? What I want to do right now is just stay at this hotel with Brad for a few more nights. And how can I put this? You know, affairs of the heart kind of thing. Sorry about this, Emma. I knew you wanted to get back together with Brad. I know. Green with envy, right? But this is fate. It just can't be helped.
Like I keep telling you, I have no interest whatsoever with Brad. I divorced the guy 3 years ago. Haven't you heard a word I said?
Please. No hard feelings, okay?
Oh, dear God. You're really not listening. I give up.
Hello, Emma. Thanks for the info about, you know.
Yeah, no problem, Terry. How are you holding up? Apparently, Amy is having an affair with my ex-husband. We divorced more than 3 years ago. I have nothing to do with him, but all the same, I really feel bad about it.
Oh, no. Please, I understand completely. Evidently, Brad was invited to the wedding on my side of the family. But it seems nobody knew you guys used to be married. We're to blame for this, too. We should have checked everyone's background a bit more. Sorry for that.
Oh, please, don't apologize. I'm fine. I'm more concerned about you. What do you plan to do moving forward?
Yes, that's what I was contacting you about. Regarding the divorce. That's final, but what I'm more concerned about is Brad. It's kind of complicated.
What's the problem?
Well, evidently, Brad has been married for about a year now.
Oh, yeah? So he remarried, huh?
Yes, and her maiden name is Conway. Joan Conway.
Excuse me, that Joan Conway? You're kidding, right?
I thought you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I get where you're at. This is complicated. Sure not going to end well, that's for certain.
Hey, Emma. Are you there? If you are, please pick up. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just found out that Brad is already married. His wife. You won't believe who it is. This is not good. Emma, please help me. Did you know who his wife was? It's Joan Conway.
Amy. I don't know what to say.
Please, Emma, why didn't you tell me he was married to John Conway? If I'd known it was Joan Conway, I would never have even thought twice about sleeping with him. Even if I had this crush on him.
How was I supposed to warn you? I just found out last week myself.
Seriously? Anyways, what the hell am I supposed to do now? This isn't good. How the heck did I get myself into this mess?
Yeah, certainly does not look good. You don't want Joan Conway against you. Everyone knows Joan. Her father is none other than Richard Conway. He owns 80% of this town. Everything from real estate to small business, banks, you name it. And Joan is not just his daughter, but also helps run her father's business. If I'm not mistaken, weren't your parents working at one of their factories, Conway Manufacturing, wasn't it?
Yeah, my brother works there too.
I see. I warned you about this, Amy.
Please, Emma, you got to help me. If I don't do something, we'll all get fired and end up homeless. There must be something we can do.
Amy, I'm going to have to stop you right there. Why ask me for help? What have I got to do with any of this? I tried to stop you.
Huh? But you're my friend and...
Hold it a sec. Before you say anything more, on the day of your wedding, you meet an old crush who turns out to be my ex that I haven't seen in 3 years. The next day you're set to leave on your honeymoon, you ditch that, then you shack up in a hotel with the guy. What's more, you knew that he was my ex-husband, but you ignored all of that and went on your merry way. All that and you still want me to help you? Seriously? Who would help such a person?
Yeah, but it was all just a big mistake. I had no idea he was married and that he was married too. You know.
Are you serious, Amy? Really? Sure. You didn't know he was married, but your actions before the fact was despicable to say the least. What I really wanted to was cut ties with you completely. Being friends? No, I don't think so.
Come on, Emma. Please, don't be like that. It was an innocent mistake. I had no idea he was married. Hey, Emma. Are you there? You didn't move out, did you? You received the wedding invitation no problem, so I figured you still lived here. We moved to an apartment downtown. I figured you were still here.
Yeah, well, it's only been about 2 months since I moved here. It was after I received the wedding invitation.
Huh? Why'd you move out?
My brother got married and invited my folks to live with them, so they sold the house. As for me, I moved out about 2 months ago because I got transferred to another branch.
You got transferred? Why didn't you tell me?
I was going to tell everyone after the wedding at the reception. I had the new address and all. Figured everyone would be there. We all know what happened after that. You put an end to that. The reception was canceled, and I ended up not getting a chance to tell anyone. Now whose fault is that?
Well, you could have just told me later. Sent me a text message or something.
To tell you the truth, I was really dismayed by your behavior. I didn't want to tell you. I'm sorry.
Huh? But,
And so why ask about me moving now?
yeah. Our whole family lost their jobs, and we all had to move to the country. To my grandparents' place. Well, I mean, except for me. I was told I was no longer welcome. That I was not a part of the family anymore. I had nowhere to go, no one to turn to. So I thought you would put me up for a while? What do you say?
You're not serious. I thought I told you we were no longer friends. You do remember that, don't you?
Yeah, but I thought you were just kidding around.
Well, I wasn't kidding. Not one bit. I was even going to block this line connection. I figured you'd try to contact me.
Please, you're not serious. Please don't do that, Emma. I had to go into debt to pay off the wedding fee, the canceled honeymoon, compensation to Terry. I'm really in deep shit. Please, you can't abandon me. Emma, we've been friends since kindergarten. I'm trying to pay off the debt, but I can't find a job. I'm sure Miss Conway is behind it, no doubt. Nobody will hire me. I'm back against the wall here. I need an old friend to support me. Please, Emma!
Like I keep asking, why me? You blew the whole thing up because you wanted Brad so badly. Work it out with him, would you? I have nothing to do with any of this.
I can't contact Brad. He's nowhere to be found. I keep calling him, but he won't answer. And I can't very well barge into the Conway residence now, can I? I heard he paid the Conways off and got a divorce and just disappeared.
Yeah, not my problem.
You're the only person I can rely on.
No. That's where you're wrong, Amy. I'm the worst person you want help from.
Huh?
Although it was a mistake, you did attempt to steal my husband from me. If I was married, you probably would have done it anyway, am I right? I had divorced him years ago, but still, I never thought my childhood friend would do such a thing to me. Do you really think I would help such a person?
Please, Emma, don't be like that. Forgive me. Nothing happened. You guys were divorced. You can't hold that against me forever. So, come on, let bygones be bygones. What do you say?
I give up. No matter what I say, you'll just twist it around to suit you. This is getting really tiring.
Huh? Come on.
I suppose it's the perfect time to block you for good.
Please, Emma, don't!
Goodbye, Amy. Have a good life. I later learned that her whole family cut ties with her, along with the rest of her relatives. They wanted nothing to do with her. I cut ties with her too, but she still wanted help. She just never learns. My brother told me that behind my back, Amy always complained that I was such a bore and no fun. He said it was a good opportunity to just cut all ties with her. Nothing good would come of continuing the relationship. As for Amy, she was completely shunned from the community thanks to the pressure exerted by Miss Conway, who, as we all know, practically runs the entire town. Eventually, she had no choice but to leave town and find work elsewhere. I heard from Terry, Amy's short-lived husband. He told me that she sent him all these long-winded sob stories constantly, but got tired of reading her drivel. He eventually blocked her. Apparently, she complained of the hardships she had to endure, working late at various clubs, catering to rich old men. He said he got rid of his old smartphone and finally rid himself of Amy forever.
Good morning, Mark. Hey, that day has finally come. Our wedding is tomorrow. I can't wait.
Oh, hey, Beth. Yeah, finally, huh? So, how are things at home? You folks doing okay? It's been a while since you've been back.
Yeah, my folks are all excited. Mom's cooking me up my favorite food. It'll be nice.
That sounds great.
We already submitted the marriage certificate. So, although we're officially married, it's still nice to have a real wedding. Makes it legitimate, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. All the preparations are set, and all we have to do is wait, and you'll be walking down the aisle in no time.
You're making me nervous already. Well, I better get to bed. Got a long day tomorrow. Let's meet at the wedding hall tomorrow.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be there.
Let's see. This is Randy, a friend of Mark's. I'm sure you heard from Mark that I made all the arrangements for the wedding. That little surprise he talked to you about? I'll set that in motion right when you say your vows. Just so you know, this little show is gonna wow everyone there. My idea, by the way. Yes, you have a bundle of nerves. Hope it goes without a hitch. Okay, see you later. No response from you about that last message I sent you earlier. Oh well, suppose you're just busy getting ready. You know all about how this is gonna go down. I mean, Mark and went over it countless times. Okay, here I go. Let's get the show on the road. Okay, that's that. Mission accomplished. Boy, you really did a great acting job there, Beth. Her surprise, Oscar material for sure. Man, I ran in there, stopped the whole proceeding, swept you off your feet to my car waiting outside, and we took off. The performance you put on was so real, yelling and screaming at me to stop. It was totally awesome. To be honest, I actually thought it was all real for a second. But did you really have to keep up the performance in the car? I suppose you really got into character, and I understand that it's probably hard to set your mind straight again. You went so far that you ended up ripping your wedding dress. Just so you know, that was not my fault. You just overdid it with your acting. I don't want you charging me for damaging the dress or anything later on. And costs like that, I mean, I suggest you ask Mark about that. Okay, now that the plan is over, I'm gonna go into hiding until things cool down. See you later, and good luck with the rest.
Well, that prank was a piece of cake. Great planning by yours truly. Bet you were super surprised. So how'd it go? You should have seen everyone's faces. You heard about our little prank from Randy, right? It's not every day you see that kind of elaborate prank. Awesome, wasn't it? I already explained everything on my end, so it's safe to come back. Alrighty then. I better get going. Hey, Beth, you there? You even see my text? I know that prank probably really got you, but relax and come on back. All is safe now. If you don't come back in time, all the scheduling for the wedding is going to get all screwed up. Oh, I get it. That prank was a bit too much for you. You pissed off at me or something? Is that why you're not responding to my messages? Is that it? Or is this like your reverse playing a prank on me? Is that it? Come on, Beth. Women dream of such situations. It's like that famous movie. All women want to be in this kind of position at least once in their lives. This is a surprise that me and my friend Randy played on you. Something you'll remember for the rest of your life. Oh, come on, you should be overjoyed that it played out so smoothly. Look, I'm serious. Please get back here ASAP. Where the hell are you? Stop being so stubborn. You know what you just did? You didn't get here, so we had no choice but to cancel the wedding. How could you do this? I'm not going to pay a cent for the cost. You know that, right? The bill's going to you. I told all the guests that you suddenly had a change of heart and took off with Randy. That the whole thing was actually real. That's true anyway, right? I mean, I can't even get a hold of Randy for God's sake. You're still with him, aren't you? You know what, Beth? I really didn't think you're that kind of woman. I had you pegged all wrong. I was completely snookered by you. How could you do this to me? The only thing left is divorce. Yeah, that's right, divorce. You're gonna pay for this too. I mean, literally.
Mark?
Finally, I was wondering when you were gonna respond. Where the hell you been? How could you run off with Randy like that? It's supposed to be a friggin' prank, for God's sake. So how does it feel to call me like that? I was such an idiot, I thought I was the one playing the prank.
Did Dad contact you?
Huh? Dad? What are you talking about?
I'm at the hospital now.
Pardon me? At the hospital? Why?
I was kidnapped from that wedding by that guy, Randy. He took me to some place and threw me into this dark room. He unlocked the door, and I wasn't able to get out.
All you had to do was send me a message on your phone. Did you even think about that?
My phone is at the wedding hall. I can't very well carry it while I said my vows.
Excuse me? At the wedding hall?
I was finally able to get it back like 5 minutes ago. As a result, I wasn't able to see the messages that you and Randy sent to me. I never saw those messages. I had the fingerprint lock on it, so I wasn't able to get someone to check the messages either. And there seems to have been a total lack of communication between you and Randy. I'm sure you can comprehend the current situation, right?
The current situation? Well, what do you mean?
I'm saying all this time I wasn't able to get help from anybody. I was completely helpless.
You serious? But I was only trying to...
I later learned that I was locked up in a warehouse. It just so happened that a security guard was making his rounds and happened to find me passed out on the floor. I was taken to the hospital by ambulance. All I had were some scratches and bruises, but I did hit my head in that dark room. So I'll be staying overnight here just in case.
Which hospital are you staying at?
Do you really think I'm going to tell you?
Of course I want you to tell me. What are you talking about? I'm your husband, for God's sake. I'm concerned for the well-being of my wife. We also have to talk about the wedding. We have to reschedule it, right? We have to explain the whole situation to everyone. Clear any misconceptions.
Wait. You're not seriously thinking about rescheduling the wedding, are you?
Of course I am. This time we'll do it right. No more silly pranks. I do it all different. I'll think of some kind of surprise that you really appreciate. Of course, any surprise will be totally risk-free. I give you my word. I'll think this through, I swear.
No thanks. I've had enough. I want a divorce.
Oh, you're not serious. Come on, Beth, it was just a joke. Hey, Beth, I know you're seeing this. Pick up. Why the hell did you hire a lawyer? I went to my dad's place after the conversation with you, and he told me to never come back home again. And then today, a lawyer you hired came to my place. What the heck is going on here, Beth? He's demanding that I pay damages to you, and that I have to pay for the entire wedding. Seriously? What the hell is this, Beth? We're married. I'm married like a month. You can't do this. And you went ahead and canceled our honeymoon too? What's gotten into you, Beth? You were looking forward to that trip. What's going on in that head of yours?
What's going on? I want to ask you the same thing, Mark. Well, What's going on in my head right now is that, well, put it simply, divorce.
Wait, what?
Do you even realize the sheer terror I went through with your demented prank? I get the feeling you have not an inkling of care for what you did, or what emotional distress you caused me.
Come on, Beth, it was a wedding prank. A surprise, and a pretty cool one at that. All I did was think up the most elaborate prank I could play on you. Something that you'd remember for the rest of your life. I know maybe it was a little wild, but I bet you won't forget it anytime soon. Am I right?
You call that prank a little wild? Your little wild prank ruined the entire wedding! Not to mention our marriage!
That's because you didn't come back right away.
Did you not hear the part where I said I was locked in a warehouse? Are you really that daft, Mark? Oh yeah, didn't I also say I had no way of communicating? On top of that, you canceled the wedding and said that I actually did run off with Randy. You made me out to be a total tramp. I'm also thinking of suing you for defamation.
Oh, hold it a second. Wait, what?
I want a divorce now. Not tomorrow or next week. Now! I don't want anything to do with you. Just being around you is trauma for me. Am I getting through to you, Mark? Please, I don't ever want to see you again.
But I was only trying to make the wedding something unforgettable, something we could talk about for years to come. Hey, Beth, what the hell's going on? I just learned that both me and Randy, we just got fired from our jobs. Is this all you're doing?
Please, Mark, not again.
What do you mean, not again? This is serious business. This is our livelihood you're talking about. How are we supposed to pay you for damages and the cost of the wedding if we don't have jobs? You tell me, Beth. Lose my job and all payment stops. You're just making it worse for you.
I'm sure you already heard where I was locked up after Randy kidnapped me from the wedding.
Pardon me?
That warehouse is owned by your company. The company that you and Randy work at. You used the company warehouse for your treacherous little prank. Do you really think that the company would simply look the other way? Do you guys really think you guys can keep your jobs after dragging the company into this, frankly, dangerous prank?
But we were on...
Anyways, you're barking up the wrong tree. I had nothing to do with you guys getting fired. The company made the decision all on their own.
Then maybe you can talk to them, you know? Get them to forget the whole thing, that you aren't gonna press charges or anything. That we didn't mean any harm.
Are you really asking me to help you?
Yeah, it's the least you could do for your husband.
Our divorce has already gone through, so I really don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, hold it. What did you just say?
I was just getting to that. My lawyer submitted the divorce papers with your signature on it. So it's done. We already submitted all the papers at City Hall. It's all over. Kaput.
You already submitted them.
Yeah, that's right. Sooner the better, right? About the damages I was demanding, your folks paid the entire amount today. They said you'll be paying them back for it. Same with Randy. I just checked my bank account. He deposited the entire amount I was demanding. I got all I was asking for. I stay married, right?
But so soon? Couldn't you have waited? I mean, we loved each other all these years. How could you just drop it like that? It just seems so unexpected.
You brought this all on yourself with that stupid prank. I thought you had more common sense, Mark. And please, did we really love each other like you said?
Beth, come on, let's give this one more chance. What do you say? I'll think of a real interesting surprise for you this time. The safe kind, I swear.
Are you still talking about surprises? What's this weird obsession with surprises, Mark? It's kind of creepy, to be honest.
But the reason why you went through with the divorce is because you didn't appreciate my prank, right?
Pardon me?
So, please give me another chance.
I don't understand you, Mark. Your goofy thought process really bewilders me.
Beth, please.
Goodbye forever, Mark. That guy. He couldn't figure out what he did wrong to the very end. I keep asking myself why I even fell for this guy. And however short, marrying that idiot. Considering the way that guy thinks, I was worried he would come barging into our house, demanding to talk to me. So, my parents and I decided to move to a neighboring town, some distance away from Mark. And what do you know? Just as I had foreseen, Randy and Mark came banging on my door late one night. They apparently thought we were still living there, and made quite a scene in front of the house. I guess they figured all would be resumed once I got back together with him, and probably thought that they could get their jobs back as well. But all they did was get arrested by the police for disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. Luckily, we weren't there anymore. Now, both of them had criminal records, and their prospects for a decent job went straight down the drain. The decision to move out and start a new life with my family was the best decision I made. I work remote, so there's no particular job position I'm tied to, so I'm sure they will never locate me again. No more silly pranks for me.